is going to be someone some of you may not have heard of, but you should know who she is because our history books have not been honest with us. I mentioned her last year. I didn't have as many followers then, so I'm going to mention her again tonight. But our history books have lied. Surprise! Because tonight's feature here, her name is Claudette Colvin. Now, why is Claudette Colvin important? Why should you know about her? Who was she? Let's see if anyone in the chat knows. So I'm going to tell you who she was. And I'm going to show you how our history books, they really messed us up, man. They really messed us up. Claudette Colvin. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, there we go. Claudette Colvin. Listen to this story.
Along. You have heard the story, but likely didn't know this name.
A lot of accolades went towards Rose, and nobody knew about Claudette.
Claudette Colvin was just 15 years old on March 2nd, 1955, when she refused to give up her seat on a Montgomery, Alabama bus 9 months before Rosa Parks.
When the news reporters asked me why didn't I get up, I said, history had me glued to the seat. I said it felt as though Harriet Tubman's hand was pushing me down on one shoulder, and Sojourner Truth's hand was pushing me down on another shoulder. And between these two historical women's, iconic women's, I could not move. I was paralyzed in that seat.
And largely omitted from history books despite her courage and boldness as a teen. Today, at 80 years old, she still recalls the day with clarity, remembering the exact exchange she had with the officer who tried to make her give up her seat.
And I repeat, I told him I paid my fare, and it's my constitutional right to sit here. So anyway, he yelled to the bus driver, he had no jurisdiction here. So we thought it was all over. If he didn't have no jurisdiction here, we thought it was over with because this is a traffic patrolman. So I wasn't breaking the law, just that the white lady didn't have a seat.
The magnitude of her act of defiance didn't hit her immediately, not until she heard the lock of the jail cell.
You can hear when the keys go click, or you know, you hear that sound, right? They lock you in.
She says of sitting in that jail cell that those were the longest hours of her life. But those 3 hours would also change her life's trajectory.
I thought they knew. I thought people knew that there were people before Rosa. Her arrest record is what proved it. Because without that arrest record, you would only know of Rosa, because that was staged behind Claudette going to the NAACP at 15 years old. And once she got there, they said that a black girl, unwed, dark-skinned, could not be the face for the Alabama boycott.
Did you guys hear that part? This is why a lot of people don't know about her. Because of her complexion, they did not want her to be the face for the boycott. So that's why most people know about Rosa Parks, who apparently has a lighter complexion, had the appropriate complexion that they wanted. That's why more people know about Rosa Parks. And she got that credit for being the first person, the first African-American that refused to give up their seat, when in reality, it was Claudette Colvin. Colorism is very deep.
So Rosa Parks stepped up. She was the NAACP. I think she was the secretary at the time. And she stepped up. She was light-skinned. She was married. She fit the bill. She was black. And she went on the bus, refused to get up.
Before Claudette or Rosa, hundreds were arrested for doing the same. But it was Claudette who, along with 3 other women, became the first to challenge the law in the Alabama courts. The rest is history.
That's right. You have to remember, if it was not for that arrest record, you would not even know about Claudette Colvin. It is because she was arrested. And I bet you the history books still say Rosa Parks.
But what happened earlier this month in New York City
Of this permanent recognition of this great civil rights activist.
in celebration of Women's History Month, Claudette Colvin finally got her due. Getting her own way, you could say. In the Bronx, New York, where she currently resides, at the corner of East Tremont Avenue and Unionport Road, you will now find Claudette Colvin Way. Fitting for a woman who has paved the way for so many others.
It took that many years for them to finally give that woman her just due. Claudette Colvin. If you didn't know about her, now you do.